YouTube.
What's going on? Goodbye.
Welcome to the Hale podcast, Michigan style. You know, the race was today, partially, at least.
That's why we didn't have a weekend winners. That and I
Yeah.
got super busy, so sorry.
Yeah, it was a Monday of all Mondays for both of us. So
Trying to get my lights actually where it looks decent. It could be just me. How does that look? Okay.
now it's on my.
How does
It's
that
working now.
Do I look as dark as I did before?
Braden made it.
Braden made it in.
Let's go.
I
We
was
were
a
just
little
talking
worried,
about you.
buddy.
You didn't miss diddly squat because guess what? We're hitting the intro right now. All right. Go ahead,
guys.
man.
Go ahead. Welcome to Race Hale Praise Dale, the podcast where we talk everything related to the world of NASCAR, Cup Series, and a little bit of other things sprinkled in. I'm JTDALLLIS.
Voodoo.
And we will be your co-host this afternoon. If you check in the comments, you will see our VIP Braden. Glad you got your work done, buddy. I'm glad to see you here because the show just isn't the same without you.
Right. You're almost like a pinnacle part of the podcast now.
He's our silent third host.
Took over the spot for the voices in his head.
Right. No, they're still here. They still tell me what to do.
That's always.
Right. So, like I said, welcome into Raise Hale Praise Dale. What episode are we on, Voodoo? Do you know?
This is the big 3-0.
That's right, baby. Also, hang on a minute. I forgot to check something before we started this up. Let me check real quick. Let's see if we hit it. Did we hit it? Did we hit it? Guess how many subscribers we have?
I'm 49 still.
Big 5 and a big O.
Wait. We hit it?
Oh, yeah. We got it.
Dang it. Now we got to come up with an episode.
Right. Braden, you got any, Oh, sweet. I'm glad you got to watch a little bit at school. It was definitely interesting. I didn't get to finish it because work was crazy today. Braden, you got any ideas for our 50th episode? Well, our
50th subscriber episode.
Yeah. Got to make it special.
So that means next goal, we got to go big and just shoot for 100.
Right? Yeah, I was going to check it earlier today, but I got super busy. Like I said, it was a busy Monday.
Yes, it was.
So, we could talk about some penalties. They were in Richmond, which we did not race this week. That was the week before. We got some big news on that, which we kind of covered a little bit of last week. And the number 3, Austin Dillon. Win does not count towards the playoffs, so he was the exception.
Whoa. You didn't tell me that we were doing post-race breakdown already. I didn't even do the little stinger transition thing.
Oh, my bad. I just jumped right into it. I'm excited.
Right?
I'm ready to go.
Goodness gracious. Here's post-race breakdown.
All right. Are you happy now? That's my bad, guys. I just completely dropped the ball on that one. I'm just excited to jump into this because we had some things that, if you read the title, you know what happened a little bit on the race. Maybe do a list of the top 3 favorite moments y'all have seen. That would be a good one. Heck yeah. We might. Well, I know what the voices in my head talked about, and I like that one a lot better than hers.
Oh man. Yeah. Let's just say that involves pie.
No. Hers wasn't the pie one. It involved a lot of water and ice.
Oh, yeah, they changed it from the pie to that. That's right.
Yeah.
Anywho, now you can talk about the penalties.
All right. So, as we all know, Austin Dillon's win at Richmond did not count towards playoff eligibility because that was because of the right hook that he gave Denny Hamlin, if I remember right. Wait a minute. Are you sure on this Joey Logano one? Because that's not what I heard it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Austin Dillon was docked 25 points in both driver and owner standings, and Brandon Binish, his spotter, was suspended for 3 races.
And old Joey Logano, for his little antics on pit road, got him a nice little bill of $25,000.
See, I thought it was 50.
I think that's what the speculation was that it was going to be 50, but I could have sworn.
I know he said he was appealing it, and so was Austin Dillon. They're trying to appeal now.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure Bob Parker's posted that was just 25, but I'm
okay.
I'm human.
I agree, Brady. I agree. I think he should have been fined more with that many people on pit road.
Yeah, but granted, I also see the fact that you shouldn't have that many people on pit road when cars are still hot. But
I also understand that all the other cars except for Joey Logano were on the very outside part.
Yeah.
And the officials were in between the people and the cars. So I get where NASCAR stands with it. I kind of get where Logano stood with it because he had control of his car. And I mean, he does this for a living. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody was in legitimate danger, but it was still a thing that shouldn't have happened. So he was fine.
100%.
Big ones. So you want to talk about Xfinity?
All right. So I figured like beginning of these episodes we really only covered the Cup Series and like maybe a splash of everything else. But I figure at least on the post race breakdown stuff we can cover other races that went on in the weekend. So
I like it.
Cabo Wabo 250 for the Xfinity. Had a whopping purse of 1,367,917 smackaroos.
Can I the last 3? Thank you.
Yeah. Just the last 2 might help out a little bit. Give me lunch or something,
right. Right.
The pole there was the 18 of Sheldon Creed with the number 98 of Riley Herbst starting on the outside there.
Oh, dude, did you see? Which I'm sure we'll get. Well, you don't have it on here, but did you see that wreck that Herbst was involved in?
I saw that he was damaged pretty bad. Yeah. Did you see the Sieg flip?
Yeah. I don't know what the heck was going on at Michigan this week, but yeah, there was some pretty intense wrecks this week.
Yeah.
This weekend, anyway. So, and then you got Joey Gase and Ryan Ellis to the rear, and Morgan Baird failed to qualify.
That's what happens when you send too many cars to one location. Somebody ain't gonna make it. Nope. Speaking of Siegs, stage 1 winner would be the number 39, Ryan Sieg.
Yeah, they're doing that.
I know, right? It's too early. Really?
Yeah. Ryan Sieg got stage 1, 39, in case you couldn't understand Voodoo's Yanese.
It's a new language. You should learn it.
Yeah. And then on stage 2, you got JHN John Hunter Nemechek in the number 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing. He took stage 2. If only he could pull that off in Cup, I'd be happy.
Right. So your top 5 at the end of the Xfinity race here, you got Justin Allgaier took the win. Sheldon Creed and John Hunter Nemechek rounding out the top 3. You got Anthony Alfredo and Sammy Smith rounding out your top 5.
Well, Mr. Spaghetti got in the top 5, huh?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And then the rest of your top 10 reads off like this. In 6, you got Noah Gragson in the 30 car, Matty B in the 38, right behind him in the 7th position. And number 8, you got the 19 Taylor Gray. And 9th, you got Caesar Barcella in the 45.
Baccarella, maybe? I don't know.
I'm assuming it's Barcarella. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or Bossarella. There's not an R in front of it. Anyway, he was in the number 45, and Parker Kligerman in the 48, bringing up our 10th position.
Yeah. That's the
I do like Creed. He is one of my favorite Xfinity drivers. Last year when we got to go to Darlington, I got to pick up this cool autograph. Hang on, I'll be right back.
you see Sheldon Creed's gonna be driving the 00, huh?
Heck yeah.
Oh, wait. Let me not spoil what's coming on later on in the show, right?
Yeah, I got to pick up a autographed koozie for like $6 off of the didn't mean to do that. Off of the what team was he running for this? RCR hauler. Plus. So
All right. That's all for the Xfinity series. I did not put the tech results or if anybody was going to R&D for them. Maybe could include it, but
yeah.
next up.
So next we're going to be talking about the Fire Casino 400. That's the cup race in case you didn't know. And the purse was cool $7,902,750.
I could really give me the last two digits. I'll be happy.
Right.
Your polls, old Whiny McPants McGillicuddy, Denny Hamlin in the 11. And then starting second was Tyler Reddick, but that's just because of metrics, because qualifying got canceled because of Mother Nature.
Yeah, Braden. I think it's going to be awesome when he wins. I like Creed. I mean, there's some things that he does that I don't agree with, but neither here nor there. He's one of my favorite Xfinity drivers for sure. I'm going, as of now, I'm only referring to Denny Hamlin as the Cucumber Cowboy. What? No one's to the rear. In stage 1, he got the number 12, Ryan Blaney, taking that stage. And 2, for once this season, Kyle Busch has a stage win.
Right.
So good on Kyle
He was
Busch,
leading some laps this race, too.
I know, and he had a really good finish. So maybe RCR decided to actually give him some, good stuff for once.
Turning themselves around a little bit, maybe.
Go ahead and let you read off the top 10, homie.
Yeah. So jumping to the results of the race, Mr. Number 45, Tyler Reddick, pulled out the win. Then you got old Willie B, Tyler Gibbs, and Kyle Busch rounding out your top 4.
His name was Tyler.
Huh?
I thought it was just Ty Gibbs.
It is just Ty. Wow. What does it matter? It's just Gibbs.
Right.
Kyle Busch in 4th, Brad Keselowski in 5th. Look at that. Finally listening to our talking to.
Right.
Then rounding out the rest of your top 10, you got Chris Buescher, a rookie of Zane Smith, Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin, and another rookie of Carson Hocevar.
Dang, we had two. Ooh. Our RHPD Motorsport's gonna be doing pretty all right.
Except for one of the guys, but
yeah,
not your typical guy that
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to finish in a crumpled beer can.
Sounds like excuses to me. Let's see. Where did Dylan finish? Dylan finished in 17th.
Not a bad finish. Top 20.
So,
but
not
complete, no issues. R&D. We got 4 drivers sent to R&D, and then which is Chris Buescher. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Alex Bowman, Ty Gibbs, and Daniel Suarez. And of course, if you watch the race, you've seen Corey LaJoie take a slide on his top. So his car got sent for examination on why it did that instead of the flaps deploying and keeping him on the ground.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
couple notable entries for this race, which really isn't anybody special. But in the 15, you had Cody Ware again. He started in 36th and moved up to 21st, so not too terrible for him. I can't say the same thing for AJ Allmendinger in the 16, who started in 35th and finished in 30th.
Yeah. The second thing is, I was kind of upset because Bell ended up getting wrecked out. I think with the wreck that Larson started, or that
There's
Larson
a lot of
was
people
in.
that got caught up in that one.
Yeah, I was so upset because he was running so good, especially yesterday. Yesterday he was in the top 10 like throughout the whole thing, and I was so mad. But anyway, it is what it
Craziest
is.
flip y'all have ever seen.
So go ahead. I've got a really good one, but I got to remember his name. Hang on, let me Google this one.
I'm trying to think of one that I've actually. You know what? I would have to. I would have to say Austin Dillon's getting caught in that catch fence, and like the only thing left of his car was like the cockpit area. The hood and the trunk were gone, and he was on his roof when he stopped tumbling over. Finally, was that Daytona or Talladega that happened at?
I think that was a Dago one. I could be wrong though.
But it like tore up the catch fence and everything as well.
Oh my lord!
That
Hang
was
on.
what, a couple years ago now, huh?
Yeah, 2018, 19, something like that. I could be wrong. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the driver's name.
Yep, there you go. Daytona 2015.
Oh wait, I was even
Almost
yeah.
10 years, almost a decade ago. Holy crap. I'm
We're
getting
old,
old.
homie.
While he's looking that up, jump to our rookies. Your number 4, Josh Berry, who was at the front of the field toward the end there, just because of pit strategy. He started 16th and finished in 22nd. Dang, Braden, why you gotta make me feel old, man?
Oh dang, you making me feel old. Man, I
To
was 15 in 2015.
gonna have to ban him.
Uh,
Let's see, how old was I in 2015? Let's see.
I want to say it was 2000.
I'm so old, I gotta do the math.
Jeff Bodine. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. His wreck in 2004. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of that. I
Nope.
remember watching that race, and my grandma was like, "Oh my god, what the heck?" So
Make
like,
make me feel real old. So he was 5 in 2015. I was 29.
I was 15.
I was 29. The
Yeah,
hell, man. That'll make me feel old.
this wasn't a 2000 accident, was it? I remember seeing this on TV.
Another rookie of Casgralla did not race again, and he will not race again this weekend. So
Oof.
he's pretty much staying there. The way that wreck looked, I would say pretty much, because you see some of these wrecks that people do that have died in them, and that was insane.
Yeah. So I remember like when I was younger, I would sit there and Google like NASCAR race like wrecks. And one of the worst ones that I remember seeing was the Danny Bagwell crash in '99. Like I didn't witness it obviously in person because I wasn't alive.
Yeah.
But the dude like pulled himself out and like you can't even tell it's a car anymore. Like just go Google Danny Bagwell '99 big crash. Dude pulled himself out of the car and just laid there because he you'd swear he's dead. Like it's a bad wreck.
I don't think I've seen that one. I might have to look it up.
I would yeah, but the 2000 Daytona 250 with Jeff Bodine, I thought this one that I had witnessed, but I guess not. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I witnessed quite a bit. Those are just some of the worst ones that I remember. Um,
Jump to the last couple rookies here. Zane Smith, one of our top 10 finishers here, started in 27th and finished up in 7th place. And then Carson Hocevar started in 11th and finished in 10th. With that being said, I think old Zane Smith gets Rookie of the Week this week.
Yeah, definitely.
Ryan Newman's was bad, but I mean he landed on his roof and slid for a while, but yeah.
What about
his wasn't
Martin
as intense as some of these other ones we're talking about, but it seems like he got more seriously injured than these other guys.
Yeah. You also got Martin Truex Jr.'s in 2019, where his car blew up.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I'm trying to. What was the one where? Who was driving? It was the number 32, and the car ended up in the fence in the grandstands. Who was that? I know it was either Larson or Elliott. I don't know. There's a lot of crashes. We could probably make a whole video about NASCAR crashes. It was 2013 at Daytona. That's what it was. Yes. What?
And that was old Larson boy.
Yeah.
Jordan Anderson's crash was pretty scary.
What? You okay? And then go to the bathroom. So we'll go in there then.
Pretty sure he still got some scars on his body from that.
Yeah. But anywho, you want ready to jump over to RHPD Motorsports?
Not
Maybe
yet. We
for
ain't finished talking about the rookies yet, man. Stop trying to skip ahead.
Jeez. Maybe for our 50th 50 subscriber episode, we'll just find clips of wrecks and review the wrecks. Find the worst ones and the best ones, and
pretty sure there's videos out there on YouTube that combine wrecks already. Maybe we can do a reaction video.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. What do you think about that, Braden?
So rookie standings.
Yeah, you got in 22nd, you got the number 77 of Carson Hocevar with 441 points.
You see who dropped behind him to 23rd now is the number 4, Josh Berry. 427 points, which is 14 points behind old Hocevar.
And then in 33rd, which is a whole 10 positions behind, you got the number 71, Zane Smith, with a total of 292 points. That's 149 behind Hocevar.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much narrowed down to Hocevar and Berry now.
Yeah.
35th, Kaz Gralla still sitting at 166 because his team doesn't let him come on the racetrack no more. He's now 275 points back from Hocevar.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, I think let's see here. I think Smith got Rookie of the Week. Yep. I think it is. I think you're right though. It's between Hocevar and Berry. Oh my gosh, my brain keeps tripping over itself. Oh.
Wing. Now we can do some RHPD Motorsports, which apparently I got to move the chat down a little bit so that it's not showing.
Yeah. It'd be alright.
There you go.
Wing. Let's see. Go ahead. You can do it.
Just because of OCD, I put them back in their number order again, the place they finished in. So you got Ryan Blaney, who did not do too well. He started in 8th, finishing 18th in our number 62.
Yes, sir. And of course, you got this race's winner, Tyler Reddick, in the number 63. So he's getting a attaboy at the shop this week.
Yep, started second, finished first. Not too bad. Only moved up one spot, but I'll take it. Number 64, Kyle Larson. Old Mr. I like to dominate all the races. Said he was going to dominate trying to get to last place this time. Started in 4th and finished in 34th.
Yep, and now we've got a crumpled beer can of a car sitting in the garage. So he's definitely going to be the one to get the the race meeting this week.
Light a fire under his butt again.
Yep. And then, of course, we got bad Brad Keselowski in our flagship 65. Started 15th and finished with a top 5.
Yeah, see, talking to is finally working for him.
Right.
By the way, one of our guys, Mr. Ryan Blaney, did secure another stage win. So.
He did.
Yep.
So we didn't have too bad of a race.
Yeah, I'll take it. So your standings is a little bit different now. Mr. Tyler Reddick, who just won that race in our 63, is now the points leader with 814 points on 24 starts. That's 2 race wins and 3 stage wins now for him.
Yes, sir. And then Kyle Larson in the number 64 dropped back a couple spots, making a 4th position with a total of 782 points. That's 32 behind Reddick with 23 starts, 4 race wins, and 8 stage wins.
And then Mr. Ryan Blaney, who secured another stage win in the 62, is right behind Kyle Larson in 5th with 732 points. That's 82 points behind Reddick and only 50 behind Larson. 24 starts, 2 race wins, and now 3 stage wins.
And on the clutch of being booted out of the top 10, got Brad Keselowski in 9th. He's held on to 9th, so we're doing okay with 677 points as 137 behind Tyler Reddick, with of course 24 starts, 1 race win, and no stage wins.
Yep.
Are you ready, Braden, for that beautiful counter that's about to come up?
I don't know what counter it is you could be speaking of there, sir.
Well, considering we'll look at our list here, drivers without a win, and of course everybody's there, +1, including our
well, not including Kaz Gralla because he didn't race.
True.
But he's still at 23, but everybody else moved up 1.
Especially our NASCAR Cup Series loser, Corey LaJoie, who now has a whopping 260 starts without a win. Whew.
And there's potential he might be locking himself into another Cup Series ride, so we can keep that counter rolling.
Man, he must be very charismatic. That's all I'm gonna say. He must be able to sell soap to. I mean, I don't even know.
Right. So playoff prediction update. I know last week we told y'all there were 13. Well, that was on
12.
Us not assuming that he would get penalized that harshly, but he did, so he's no longer playoff eligible. We're back down to only 12 drivers locked in because Reddick already locked himself in earlier in the season.
Yep. So, and the score is still me with 9 drivers and Voodoo with 10 drivers in the playoff.
So that's 3 weeks in a row. I've been leading you now, baby. Let's go. 5 if you count the 2-week break.
I don't want to talk to you. All right. So you ready to jump on over to Trackside Trend?
Go. See, I was ready that time. Mm-hmm.
There's some drama in Paradise in the Bush family, in case you didn't hear, because you're living in a rock.
Right.
Oh, Kurt Busch. Jeez, I can't talk. Oh, Kyle's brother was arrested Monday on DWI charges as well as careless and reckless driving. He was released Tuesday morning. He, I know you don't have this, but I did see where he put out a post saying how sorry he was and how he's going to try to do better. And I mean, honestly, it's just what every celebrity says when they get caught drinking and driving.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's just the cookie cutter. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And then maybe in a year we'll get another one. Who knows?
yeah. Well, just for the record, that was last Monday and not today. So
Yes.
obviously, because he wasn't
He was
released
released.
tomorrow.
But so
charter updates. NASCAR Holdings has sent the Cup teams a new counteroffer. And once again, some teams are saying that their latest proposal is one they are unlikely to sign. Womp, 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 womp.
all I'm going to say is I understand the team's frustration, but there comes a time where you just got to bite the bullet or you're not going to race. Because let's be honest, NASCAR can find other teams.
True. There's plenty of drivers wanting to drive in the Cup.
Exactly. And if they don't want to play by NASCAR's rules, I mean, all they'd have to do is go to some of the Xfinity teams and say, hey, you want to move up the Cup?
Like, I get the whole point of wanting charters, but this year and last year, possibly even the year before, they don't really come into effect except for like maybe one or two races. Like,
Yeah.
look at all the races this season. There's only been one race to where you had more than the slots available.
And that's the 500.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's literally the only race you got to worry about. Like, why?
I agree. That and let's be honest, NASCAR's views have been down for a while. I mean, this is the first year they're starting to pick back up.
True.
But I mean, they're trying to figure out how they're going to keep it going. And I mean, I kind of worry, especially with like SRX and IROC and all that. You know, look at SRX; they shut down after the third season because there wasn't enough money in it. I'm worried that that's what NASCAR's looking at, which NASCAR's a lot bigger than SRX.
Yeah.
So it would make no sense in like a business. Like I get why they did it for COVID or whatever. I get that. But now it's lived out its life for where it's useful. So I don't see the point in doing charters. And that's coming from a nostalgia point because I mean, when I watched before, qualifying was so much more, anticipated because you didn't know if you were getting in or not.
Yep.
And I mean, I get for the teams, they don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on this car for this week and not be able to run it.
But at the
like
same
you said,
time,
it's only one race a year. You get what I'm saying?
same time, like this race coming up, we got 40 cars for Daytona this weekend. Guess what? There's 40 spots. Everybody's making it.
And I mean, it'd be different if they had 46 cars. I mean, like I think they used to run 43 cars on a field.
Yeah.
And they would have like 50 of them try to qualify in.
That'd be a different story.
Well, even then, I think it makes it more interesting. Like I would be more apt to watch qualifying if I knew somebody wasn't making it. You know what I mean?
Qualifying format right now is confusing as crap right now too. Having the whole Group A, Group B, the top 5 from each one, go to the next round, and then
I miss when one car was on the track at once. You know, you got to see their times, and they would put them up against who was. I miss that. Which I mean, I get they're trying to evolve it and make it where it doesn't take as long. Blah blah blah. I get it, but at the same time, it makes it more interesting to watch when you're watching one car versus a smaller race.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Now, if they want the qualifying, I think they could kind of keep part of what they're doing now. Like let everybody go, all 40 cars or whatever. Then you could have your top 10 fastest go again if you want to have your little second round qualifier, but then put them in order of the times that they finish.
Exactly.
So like first through 10th will be first through 10th instead of, oh, this person is technically 0.2 of a second slower than third place, but they're still getting outside.
Yeah.
On the front row. That doesn't make any sense.
And another thing that I miss is the lane choosing, because you took a whole like slam. I agree, Brady. Yeah, that's what but you took a whole strategy out of the sport because I mean, some cars they run better on the high side, so they'll stick to the outside. You know what I mean? When instead of that, you're saying, "Oh no, you're going to go on the outside. You're going to go on the inside." That's the part that I wish NASCAR would open their eyes and be like, "Okay, this is this is the way it's going to be."
Yeah. Now they did bring back the fact that the pole winner does get to choose what lane they want, but it's just the pole sitter.
Yeah, it should be the whole the whole track. I mean, they should all go single file, and then when they hit, the restart zone, the lap before they go green, choose. Are you going inside or you going outside?
Well, I could see for the start of the race that they would have to stay in the order that they're in, but then after that, choose. Yeah.
I don't know. I miss old school where it was simple. Oh, I finished 0.2 of a second before you, so I'm ahead of you.
Yep.
Like who's the genius that decided, it'd be really cool. We send them out in 2 groups and then just throw them wherever.
Group A is only going to go on the inside, and Group B is only going to go on the outside.
Yeah.
Stupid. Anyways,
it's stupid.
That's another conversation we can go on forever.
Fact.
2025 schedule updates. We got a couple of them. The Trucks and Xfinity will be joining ARCA at Rockingham on Easter weekend, baby.
One step closer, baby.
We don't have cup racing there yet, but we got some.
One step closer. That makes me excited. If you guys are new to the show, Rockingham is one of my favorite tracks. And if it ever hits cup again, you will see me squeal like a little girl because I love Rockingham so much. Oh! And it's gotten one step closer because not only are trucks not only are trucks going, but also Xfinity. Oh,
ARCA's gonna be there too, baby. Woo!
Well, I think ARCA races there anyway, don't they?
They do, but we'll have all 3 that weekend. So,
can you imagine having a full weekend at Rockingham?
That'd be crazy. Speaking of classic tracks,
a brand new one.
No, Cup has not raced on. Yeah.
Yep. So 2025 Clash has confirmed to be at the Bowman Gray Stadium on February 2nd of next year. So at least we know where the Clash will be, and thank God it's not in the Coliseum because I couldn't stand to watch one more year of that.
Well, it is going to be the same size track though.
Yeah, but it's not in LA.
True.
That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe they won't have, like I don't know if it was this year or if it was the year before where Wiz Khalifa was so like out of it he didn't even know what was going on, and they're like trying to interview him.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff like that, I'm like, why would you even put that on TV? It makes you look stupid.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully we'll get the rest of the 2025 season schedule here soon.
I vote to move it back to Daytona.
Team changes. Got some Xfinity updates as well as some Cup updates. So first off, an Xfinity for your Haas factory team, Mr. Braden, your Sheldon Creed will be jumping into the 00. And then Sam Meyer will run in the number 41 instead of the 98 in the Xfinity Series for the 2025 season. That's a multi-year deal for both drivers.
Yep. He's leaving Junior Motorsports.
Yep.
Unfortunately. I wonder, so my big curiosity here is Andy's Custard going to stay with the 00 or are they going to move up with Cole?
Don't know yet. We gotta wait and find out.
Following the HFT announcement, we now know that full-time Xfinity drivers for the 2025 season. The number 00 of Sheldon Creed, 21 of Austin Hill, 41 of Sam Mayer, and 88 of Connor Zilic.
I got some speculation for Priest here in a minute, Braden. Give me a minute to get there. So speaking of Haas Factory team, jumping up to the Cup Series, they did announce that Aaron Kramer, who's currently the lead engineer for Chris Buescher, will be the crew chief for Cole Custer in 2025, and that Haas Factory team will have a technical alliance with RFK.
So they're going to be keeping their alliance that they have technically today.
I guess technically, yeah.
So, moving on to Colleague. Oh, the Dinger, that's AJ Allmendinger, will return to the Cup racing full-time in the 16 in 2025.
Yep. And our prime team here, Legacy Motor Club, Eric Jones signed a contract to keep him in the 43 car through the 2026 season.
Yes, sir. I really hope that next season Toyota helps Legacy a lot more than they did, because it has been kind of a letdown. I'm not gonna lie. Being a Johnson fan, which you understand,
What?
I was looking forward
Do
to
I?
so much. Yes, you understand. I was so looking forward to seeing Toyota change this team, but it feels like they're running into the same problems that they ran into with Chevy. And I'm gonna say this: if John Hunter can run a Toyota in Xfinity and win stages, but go to Cup and he can't even get in the top 20 most of the time, I
Yeah.
mean, it just kind of screams that they've kind of been left. And I don't know if it's leadership. I don't know if, and I'm gonna say this: I don't know if it's Johnson's leadership or if it's just like, if, because I see Johnson more as just like a figurehead, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he does do stuff for the company and the team, but I think he's more of just, oh, this is our guy. He represents us because he's a legend. Because I'm gonna sit here and tell you, without a doubt in my mind, there is never gonna be another driver that wins 7 championships and 5 of them be back to back.
Right.
It's just never gonna happen.
The fact that he did it while they were like changing up the way
Exactly.
the playoffs were going.
Not only did he do it with, what is it, Gen 4, but he did it in Gen 5 and Gen 6. And I mean, I think a lot of people expected him to jump into this car and do the same thing, but you also got to think, let's be honest, he hasn't been the same since his bigger wreck in 2016.
Yep.
I mean, if we're going to break it down, I mean, ever since that wreck, he's been a lot more cautious. He hasn't put himself and pushed himself as hard as he was in like 2005.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have anything else to prove either.
I think he's done enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. He has cemented himself in NASCAR history forever. Not only NASCAR history.
The only thing left for him to do would be to get an 8th one and separate himself from Yarborough and Earnhardt.
Yarborough? You mean Petty?
Yeah. I don't know why I said Yarborough. Anywho, it's Monday. It's been a long day.
If I feel that one. That's enough about Johnson. I'll get off my high horse.
Wasn't Yarborough the other one with 83 wins? Is that what I'm thinking?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think. But RCR. Brett Griffin is stepping in as spotter for Austin Dillon during finished suspension. Oh, sorry. And DOW or Dow, however you want to say
it's Dow. Yeah, I heard Austin Dillon talking about it in one of his interviews.
Well, I wasn't sure, so I was just going to include both. They have announced a sponsorship extension for 2025 season. Oh, I got the hiccups now. This is going to go great.
Well, little fun fact is Dow has been a sponsor for Dillon his entire Cup Series career.
They're committed.
Yeah. All right, so we got speculation time there, Braden. Speculation time. Possible 2025 possibilities for 2025 rides according to Bob Pockris. Starting with front row, know we still got a car that needs to get filled there. And it's looking like it could be either Zane Smith or Chandler Smith jumping into that ride.
Are they related?
Huh?
Are they related? Anyway, in 2023XI, you got O'Reilly Herbst, possibly.
You read it as 23XI. I read it as 2311. No, Roman numeral. Trackhouse is looking to be old SVG.
That would be a big shocker.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be Zane Smith that jumps into that one.
Well, you think so?
If Trackhouse pulls the third one. But
if they pull a third one, I can see it being SVG, just as his career has gone already. What? Is she asleep? Oh my goodness. We had a cheer thing tonight, and she went to go play Legos, and I noticed it got quiet. She is passed out on the floor.
nice.
Yeah, so I get to deal with that here in a minute. Yeah. Anyway, colleague, you got either Ty Dillon or Daniel Hemrick. I wouldn't mind seeing Dillon come back to Cup.
And that would leave old Spire hunting down Justin Haley.
Eh. Oh, Rick Ware Racing had possibly three. I mean, they're looking at three drivers. You got Corey LaJoie, who has never won a Cup race, or an Xfinity, or a truck race. You got Kaz Gralla, who has kind of been a half-time rookie this season, or you've got Ryan Preece.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those three, I think Ryan Preece would be the safest bet, honestly. Just
yeah,
by
but
what
I can
have
see
seen.
I can see LaJoie sticking around a little bit longer.
My only thing on that is, what does he have to show for his entire career?
Nothing, but I feel like he
I don't know. This
caters
dude,
to
apparently he's pretty
NASCAR.
charismatic because he made it. He made it to Cup without winning a race, so he's
Yeah.
made it this far.
I feel like he caters to NASCAR's wants.
Meh.
Last but not least, RFK could potentially field a third car if they are able to secure Kroger as a sponsor for next season.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to go with this one. Okay, I could see
Yes, that is correct, Braden.
facts. I'm glad we're all in agreement. I could see RFK pushing for Zane Smith. I could also see him pushing for maybe LaJoie, maybe. I don't know though. I'm more leaning towards like, out of this list, if RFK was gonna get to anything, I feel like it'd either be Zane Smith or like probably Kaz Gralla,
I could see
or
Priest
maybe
going there.
even Priest. Yeah, I was about to say, or maybe even Priest. I could see Priest before Kaz, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, out of those, if Front Row didn't get Zane Smith, I feel like RFK would snatch him up.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. Oh, hey, babe, there's going to be a car that we're unveiling next that you're going to want to buy. Just letting you know.
Probably so. Speaking of, let's go ahead and flip over to that screen. Get rid of the RHPD stuff, because we already talked about that. And then we're going to pull up. Make sure I pull up the right one here. There you are. Swing!
Going. I really like this car. I'm not going to lie.
Both of these schemes that we're revealing right now are for Atlanta.
Yeah. But I have all the other Chase Elliott, like children's hospitals and stuff like that. Hey, come look at this car. Hey, come look at this car.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm talking to the voices in my head.
I figured.
Yeah. This one. So we are Warriors car. Okay, yep. I've already been told that we're pre-ordering it. Like I said, I've got all his other ones. I've got his children's hospital cars and stuff like that. So definitely gonna add this one. I like what the message is behind it. I wish that Lionel would take like on special cars like this, like 10% of whatever they make goes to them or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but sadly, I don't think they do that. They could do, and I just don't know it. But
Voices in your head coming or what?
she already seen it. You just couldn't see her because it's so dark behind me.
Oh.
Oh, Dale kind of blocks it.
Yeah, he's a little big one over there.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this car. I think it'll look cool on track.
I like the rocket ship on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
Jumping to BJ McLeod.
Oh, Delgado Stone. I like this car. I like the fact that it's not just gray.
Yes, Braden. I agree on that one too.
What did he say? I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't have the chat on the screen, huh? He said, but Lionel sucks.
Facts. I wish there was another place that I could get cars the same way, but without all the hassle of Lionel.
It seems like all the places that I look at are like getting theirs from Lionel, so.
Which I think that's because NASCAR has like a deal with them that they will only sell the rights to them. Pretty sure. So they basically have a monopoly on NASCAR diecast.
Yeah.
Unless you
it's
custom
like
make
Motorsports Games had
Yep.
the NASCAR license. The Heat games.
Yep.
Anywho, I actually like this scheme.
I like this scheme solely because like the gray is not just gray. If you look, it looks like an actual rock, and I like it.
Yeah.
And if you like us talking about schemes, every week we do a scheme with commentary video where we do ratings of how many lugs it gets on a scale of 1 to 5.
Lug nuts.
Yes. I said lugs.
I know.
But anyway, are you getting ready for Daytona?
I'm always ready for Daytona.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's switch on over to that race day horizon, and then let's jump into Daytona. All right, I'll go ahead and start this one. ARCA/Trucks running the Milwaukee Mile.
Xfinity and Cup are heading to Daytona. Yeah.
So we'll have 2 different tracks running. But starting on a Friday, you got the Xfinity qualifying at 3 p.m., which is Eastern time because that's the way NASCAR works. And that and they got the Cup qualifying at 5:05, and the Xfinity race on Friday. Yes, you heard it right, Friday at 7:30. The first stage will be 30 laps. Second stage will be 30 laps, and the last stage will be 40, making a total of 100 laps, and that will all be on USA.
Yep. And was not able to secure the weather forecast for any of these races, so I apologize for that because we usually give that to you too. But at least for Daytona, there is more rain in the forecast. I just don't know exactly how much. Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time, you got ARCA practice. 2 o'clock, you got the ARCA qualifying. At 3 p.m. Eastern, you got truck practice and qualifying. And then finally, at 7:30 p.m. in the evening, you got your Cup race, which is the Coke Zero Sugar 400 on NBC. First stage is 35 laps, second stage is 95 laps, and the final stage is 160 laps for a grand total of 290 laps.
Now, in case you missed that, that is the Cup race on Saturday this week.
Yes.
So be prepared if you don't have it DVR'd to be sure to watch the race on Saturday. But on...
Have a good night, Braden.
Yep. You have a nice week.
Appreciate you dropping in.
But on...
Sunday! Hang on, baby Jesus, this is gonna get bumpy.
We do have some racing at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, again Eastern time, because the ARCA race is racing at Milwaukee. So reminder, that's at Milwaukee, not at Daytona. They're running 150 laps. And then at 4 p.m., the truck race starts. The Liuna, I guess that's how you say it. I could be saying it wrong.
Sounds good enough to me.
175. It will be on FS1, which I don't know. I think the ARCA race will be on FS1 too. I don't know. Anyway, first stage is 55 laps. The second stage is 110, and the third stage is 175 for a grand total of 340 laps. In case you can't tell, Milwaukee is a lot smaller than Daytona.
Yeah, probably fit a few of them in Daytona.
Right.
So notable entries for Daytona this weekend, because we got 40 cars in the field for the Cup race. So the 15 will be Cody Ware again. The 16, you got SVG.
Yes, sir. And then the 33, you got Austin Hill. And in the 44, you got Joey Gase.
Then you get to see this guy again in the 62, Parker Retzlaff, for his second Cup Series start.
I'm ready. I'm excited to see his car. I like the scheme that's on it.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. We revealed it, was it last week?
It's either last week or the week before. I think it was last week.
His Funkaway car, yep. And then Mr. BJ McLeod is making a return in the 78.
Heck yeah. And then we got a couple drivers hitting double duty for Xfinity and Cup. And that's SVG in Xfinity and Cup and Parker Retzlaff for running both of those. Who are your picks for Daytona?
So we got some like 40-sided die I can just roll out and see who pops up.
Got the wild card going.
This is definitely a wild card. But if I truly had to pick somebody, who seems to back into it here?
You think LaJoie is going to end his reign of terror?
No. I only need a 39-sided die. Forget the 40-sided. Trying to think of who's been decent at super speedways. Let's see. I think Reddick might be able to pull it off again.
You think so?
He pulled it off.
I hate to say
it,
I'm going with the Cucumber Cowboy, Denny Hamlin. I think he might push it. I don't see Bell pushing it because he's not a very big, super speedway guy. He's more of like a mid-sized track guy. I could see Busher pushing it.
Yeah.
But it also is a wild card, so I could see Cindric coming back and getting it. I could see Bad Brad getting it. I could see Blaney getting it. I mean, it's Daytona. I could see everybody getting it.
Yeah. This depends on who's still running at the end of the race there.
Yeah. It's a battle of attrition, that's for sure. But yeah. I think I'm going to stick with Cucumber Cowboy. I think he's going to pull it off.
Lordy. Well, if you don't like our picks, you can make your own in our podcast fantasy league on NASCAR.com. It is the same as the title of our podcast, which is Raise Hale, Praise Dale Podcast. That's HALE. And make sure the podcast is on the end there, or it's not the right league.
Not the right league.
And your password to get in is all lowercase RHPD 2024.
I'm going to have to make a t-shirt that says Cucumber Cowboy and have his face just cropped on.
You got to make sure that Denny Hamlin's doing some autographs and wear that t-shirt to go get in line for him.
Have him sign it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's talk about some new sponsors. Got Josh Berry in the number 4 running the Eero car.
I have no idea. Yep, that's what was on the entry list.
Yep. You get the easy one. What the heck?
The 16 is Shane Van Gisbergen is bringing the safety culture car.
So glad you didn't mispronounce that one. Ryan Priest, the number 41, is bringing the True Work car.
Yeah. And then Ricky Stenhouse is doing another little spin off on his Kroger stuff, bringing in the Biggie Muffins and Capri Sun car, which technically did get released before this podcast, but I didn't have time to make the graphic for it. So you don't get to see it.
Or do some work yourself and Google it.
That too.
Justin Haley running the Beef-A-Roo car.
And this one was
dude,
interesting.
I didn't see this next one.
Yeah.
I might have to get this next one too.
This one's interesting. So Ty Gibbs in the 54 is running a Ronald Reagan scheme.
I might have to look into that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I love crazy schemes. I'm not gonna lie. And this one has every bit of unhinged craziness.
How are you putting Reagan on your car though?
I hope it's just his face plastered on it. I really do. Listen, okay, so if it is just his face and like red, white, and blue behind him and stuff, I have the perfect place to put this car because I'm gonna have to order it. I have a Support Our Troops tire from 2010. It's going in that tire, okay? Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm gonna have to get this. I'm gonna be stuck on that until I see the actual scheme.
Yeah, come back Wednesday.
He's running his Funkaway car, which it is a nice looking car. I will definitely put it in my collection.
BJ McLeod's pulling himself a sponsor this time around. He's gonna have Power Slap on the car.
Heck yeah, and we're gonna get the opportunity to see another Coca-Cola Zero Sugar car running with the 99 Daniel Suarez.
I think it'll be a nice scheme considering it's coming from Trackhouse.
Right, Trackhouse does have a lot of good schemes. What I would really like to see is like a white scheme with like red accents and have like the old school Coca-Cola. But it's
the only problem is most of their Coke Zero Sugars are black.
Yeah,
red
that's
and
what I was
black.
gonna say. But with it being Zero Sugar, I'm sure it's gonna be a red scheme with black on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's jump over to S Cubed. S Cubed is brought to you by Happy Hour Racing. If you like NASCAR and Formula One merch, like I do, I have a problem. Just ask Dale here. Go to happyhourracing.com and use code RHPD to support our podcast. They have a lot of cool stuff. I have ordered from them, which my package should be arriving sometime this week or next week. I will do an unboxing, post it on YouTube, and I will say it was really easy to order from them. Especially if you have a shop account, which is like an app. It literally just plug and played my stuff in there. I didn't have to do very much. I literally said, I want that. And then I hit buy and it took care of it all for me. And I've got a tracking number within 5 minutes of ordering. It was great. It was one of the best experiences. And I'm not just it's a sponsor. No, I'm legitimately saying it was the easiest thing I've ever done.
I do got a couple other places that I get stuff from that use the shop.
Yeah.
Stuff too. Like W
Well,
does.
yeah. I was about to say that's why I set it up because in both of our separate streams on Twitch, we're both sponsored by W. Which is why I set it up. But like even with W, sometimes I have to put my at least my login and stuff in.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to do that. It literally was like, "Oh, you have a shop account. There you go." And I was like, "Oh, okay." It was super nice. I got well, I'm not going to tell you what I got because I'm going to do an unboxing hopefully on stream. And I'm super excited. When I get it, I know you'll be kind of excited, and I'm definitely going to order again because they've got a couple hats that I want, a couple shirts. They've just got different things, and I'm looking forward to it.
Just make sure when you go on to happyhourracing.com and do your order, use our code RHPD to help out the stream a little bit.
Yes, and I will say your first shipment or your first order shipping is free without a code. So you can use RHPD and you still get free shipping. So
but on to our schemes.
Yes, sir.
So because today was a Monday, I only made one graphic for each of us. but it's okay.
I feel that. I do like this scheme a lot.
Oh. Since we're going on the Coke Zero Sugar 400 this weekend, I decided to just go back a couple years to one of the greatest racers of all time to grace the track. Mr. Kevin Harvick ran in the 2022 Coke Zero Sugar 400. He started 7th and finished 20th due to an accident on lap 139 of the race.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at this scheme, like a little desert image there with a nice blue cloudy sky up above it, and somebody on the front of it holding a Route 66 sign.
I will say, I think whoever designed Kevin Harvick's schemes went to work at Trackhouse.
It's very possible.
Because
just followed Bush.
let's be honest. Harvick had some bad to the bone schemes. I mean, he had camo cars. He had, Harvick is one of, especially in the number 4, was one of those cars that if I see a scheme, I want it like really bad, like the Bush for farmers, and it's not just the Bush. I mean, this is a Mobile One scheme, and I think it's different because they really utilize the fact that they're not painting the car.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wish all the teams would do. Because I mean, you do get, and I get you want to have some throwbacks. But at the same time, you have a printer that will print this out. I mean, yeah, you got to line it up, but you're going to have to line it up anyway. You got a printer that'll print anything you want on the car. I mean, take a look at Kyle Busch's what is it? Morgan and Morgan car for the 500. I think it was 500. Where he had the buff old dude.
That was the Clash, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would love to see more cars like that. Solely for the fact of it's funny. You know what I mean? Yep. I'm not here to look at a car that's black with red on it. Oh, I mean, I am, but it's a lot more interesting when you have something like this going on. Like you see the desert, if you can get up close to the car, like another good example is Daniel Suarez's orange Kubota car that's got a bunch of like luchadora stuff and you know what I mean, just stuff. Honestly, I just love the fact that somebody took the time to design a whole scheme, which I mean, I get nobody wants to do it, but I mean, you've only got a few hours to make a scheme, but I don't know. I feel like it makes it a lot easier considering all you got to do is hit print, essentially.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like the scheme. It's a gooder.
Hey, that'd be my scheme. Is one from the past, and now we get to go to technically the past, but a lot sooner of the past.
This last race.
Yeah, from today.
Technically, yes. I went with the pickle car because who doesn't like pickles? It is a very simple scheme, but it scratches the itch in my brain of a green car that is pickly. Sorry, I just got a text. Anyway,
I thought you froze for a second because you like stopped moving. I was like, oh crap.
my mom just texted me something. Anyway, he started 20th and went back 16 positions due to an accident on lap 114. But yeah, I think it's a funny car. I like the pickle car. I like that it wasn't just green. I know you can't really tell in this picture, but it looked like a pickle.
Yep. Good news is he'll be back with this scheme this weekend.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna have to get the scheme, but Lionel probably won't produce it.
Probably not gonna have enough people buying it.
Yeah.
That's our S Cube schemes for this week.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Where did race day horizon?
That's the wrong part, buddy.
I forgot to turn it off after I ran it earlier. But it's okay, because we're humans. But yep, that's everything that we got for this week. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We did hit 50 finally, so that means we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for that 50th episode, which I think Braden's agreed to it, we might pull in a couple of videos of NASCAR wrecks and just react to them and throw it out there for you.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. A lot less messy than our original ideas.
Yeah. A lot more room temperature too.
What was it?
A lot more room temperature too.
Yeah. Because if you're anything like me, which I'm sure you am, or I'm sure you are. Oh my gosh, I can't talk tonight. You step outside and within like 2 minutes you're drenched in sweat and it's awful.
Yeah.
Next today was 109.
It was only 93 here, so.
Oh, it was 97 here, but it felt like 109 and 99% humidity. So.
Yeah, we always got the humidity high.
Yeah, we kind of get. I'm not gonna say as bad as you, but we get pretty up there. But anyway, if you guys are not already, hit that subscribe and bell button. Be sure to get notified when we post because we usually post, what is it, 2 or 3 times a week?
Well, you got the podcast that technically posts the next day after we're live with it.
Yeah.
You got your commentary paint scheme videos. We got the regular paint scheme without commentary. We got the weekend winners.
Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff to unpackage.
Yep.
But so if you guys enjoy it, be sure to let us know in the comments and with your likes and subscribes. We just hit 50, the big 50. I'm super happy. I can't wait to hit with you guys and maybe one day get our YouTube play button, Maybe one day, fingers crossed.
One day in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions or just want to reach out to us, you can hit us up on X because we do have an X. We also have an Instagram that we've been posting more to. We also have a TikTok. So if you guys want to follow us on any of those and feel free to ask questions or anything, we might even pull you up on the show and have just some sit down talks because that's what this show's all about. We're just talking about NASCAR, two guys, we're just two fans that like the sport and want to share in with the sport with everybody that we can.
The good thing we didn't name this podcast "Two Guys, One Cup."
Exit out. It's family friendly. Exit out. Exit out. Anyway, that would be a good one. I didn't even think about that one. Dang, that would be a good title.
Hey, we might be able to rebrand. Still small right now.
I don't want to wear a T-shirt that says that. Can you imagine? Like, okay, so for you guys that don't know, we got to go to Nashville together, and we've been to 2 separate races apart from each other, and we've got a bunch of signatures on our hats, which I know on my camera you can't really see it. But can you imagine going out with like a hat that says 2 guys, 1 cup, and just like, oh, you signed it?
I think it would get a laugh out of them.
I don't know. I feel like they'd be like, "No, I'm not signing that."
On that note, we're gonna leave you hanging on that one.
Please don't flip that.
So we're crossing the line of another Race Hale Praisdale episode. Until next time, may your tracks be clear and your victories many. Good night, race fans.
They're for sure gonna clip that.
2 guys, 1 cup.